Welcome back to Talos Principle 2. I'm dear darling, and why are we here? What truth awaits us? Why don't we answer more of these questions together, where actually what I'm doing here is not so much trying to solve this level, which I've already solved. What I'm trying to do is instead, well, we can still keep it connected to here, but we can also connect it to here. Which I'm not sure how useful that really is, mind you. I guess we still, if you don't know what we were doing in the last episode, we managed to find a way to get a blue laser out to near Pandora's box. The problem is now we've got a blue laser and we've got the, well, okay, I guess if we get a converter then, we can just take it up there and we'll be able to convert the blue laser from here to the red laser from the inverter, pull it over there, and have a green laser go into Pandora's box. But of course we need to actually now get an RGB inverter from somewhere. So that's probably something to think about. If we see an RGB inverter, it might be out in the world, or it might be something we had to break out a level. But if we see one appear in a level, we should really be thinking, this might be useful. Is that also a silhouette I see? Is that you, Miranda?
Come on, out with it. What's the problem?
I know you're very busy, but
It's Byron.
you need to pay more attention to what's happening.
Oh my gosh.
Everything's slowing down. People are losing track of the bigger picture.
Is this young Byron?
They're still traumatized by New Alexandria.
It's more than that.
Nothing to say.
When I organized the last expedition, I had real trouble finding volunteers. There's no enthusiasm for the outside world anymore.
I wonder when this
They want to
conversation
look away
happened.
from history, pretend there's no past and no future. I'm really worried, Athena.
Okay, I promise I'll look into it as soon as I'm done with this.
Doesn't this kind of look like an owl? A symbol of Athena? I wonder if that's intentional. Probably. Interesting that we got a Byron recording though. Certainly the first time we've had him in a recording. Not to say that he obviously hasn't interacted with Athena before, but I don't know, I guess it's surprising nonetheless. Right. We need to get a red laser from there to here. Okay. This red laser doesn't... It kind of has to be like here. It needs to go like up here. Then it needs to shine across to there. Then come down to there. Is my guess. Now how do we facilitate that? We do this. Pop this down here, I think. And this one we connect to you and you, and pop you down here in preparation. And then we go about just basically sending, because I'm hoping they keep their connections as this happens. We go about sending them upwards with a gravity beam. Then sending it across. And then we basically do the same thing over here. And that should be enough. Nice. A red laser. The music feels a lot more mysterious here.
I've known Byron since day one. I was the first to be born with upgrades from the original Soma design, and he was the first to volunteer to upgrade his existing body.
Yeah, he was a big supporter of upgrades. Deliberate evolution, he called it.
Deliberate evolution,
Athena and Cornelius were very kind to me. And so was Byron, but he also made fun of me. And oddly enough, that made me feel more like an equal than anything the others said.
That's fair. Hello again. Yakut. So I see we can see Prometheus's statue over here. The fire is over in that direction somewhere. Vaguely. It seems quite high up as well, the way it's pointing, but nonetheless, let's get to solving level 4 first. This seems like it could be Whoa, lateral thinking. What on earth is going on over here? Okay. I'm sure that won't be relevant. What are we trying to do up there? I'm not really sure. I see a blue laser thing. Where's our goal? That's a blue laser emitter. So we're trying to get the cube out. Which we can do just by walking up there and jumping off the thing, right? Get the laser, come back out here. And we need to set it up. I guess we could set it up on there to maybe connect that and that. I don't know if that will work. Oh, and I guess the final thing is up there. Okay, sure. I think we got a plan. I think we know what we're doing. So, jump up here, and let's just see. Oh, there's a red thing here. Interesting. Anyway, what I was saying is that we can just jump off like this to keep this open. So now we can bring this in. I didn't expect there to be a red laser thing up there. I thought that maybe we could get the blue laser from here, to be honest. Which it looks like we can. So I'm not really sure what the point of a red laser is. Is that just a bait, maybe? Just to maybe it's just a red laser so you can see what's going on, and then you know you work out to use a blue laser to actually get up here. But we kind of sort of bypass that just by observing from down there and not even realizing it was a red laser to bait me. Thank you. We're doing pretty well. Hello, what are you scanning? Scan me. Certified fresh? Ooh, fox. Okay, let's keep going. How about the broken Tetranoid bridge? Is this another Miranda memory? Or Byron one, maybe? Are you Byron? You don't have a number, so I don't know if you actually are Byron or not.
Today, for the first time, I synthesized life.
Spooky.
It was just a unicellular cyanobacterium, but the sheer complexity of even such a simple organism is breathtaking. Creating it from pure energy, I was filled with a sense of awe
See that?
and majesty. A sense that what I was doing was sacred. It made
You're
me
playing
think
God.
about the enormous
Recycling.
power of life. 2.5 billion years ago, these simple beings terraformed the entire planet, creating the oxygen that underlies the Earth's incredible biodiversity, wiping out thousands of other species, but making the future possible.
I like doing flips off the platform, sorry. Sorry about like a whole biodiversity thing or whatever you were saying, Miranda. Got a little bit preoccupied. Okay, what are we doing? We need a blue laser through here. I don't even know where the connector is. Or the emitter. It was out here, wasn't it? So we get a blue laser through here. Then we need another block. So we need everything on this side, interestingly. Well, actually, firstly, we actually need to set up this blue laser thing properly. Actually, before I do this, let's try and do a bit of forward thinking. 'Cause I bet we're going to need this. And I bet we're going to connect it on that side. Because I feel like I remember the blue laser emitter was on this side. And if we just sort of pop it in here, it'll be kept up there. Wonderful. The question is, how do we get the cube across? Not a detachable fan. Okay, that probably is not a detachable fan either. I'm not sure. For now, let's just send ourselves across so we can look. There's no more anti-gravity things, right? It almost feels like we need that on the other side to... Oh, wait, hold on. We don't need to do that with the slices, do we? Because we can literally just walk up. Oh, I get it now. I see. That's why it goes all the way down here. Because I was just like, we don't actually need this. We didn't need the gravity thing at all to do that. But we actually do. Because we need to put this here. And then we use a gravity gun from the middle. Sorry, not there actually. We put it here. And then we use a gravity gun from the middle section. This one holds down that one. To be able to pull the laser across into position. Now that we got the cube in the right place. Or now we're across, really. So that'll put it up. And that opens it up. Interesting. Interesting level indeed. We're doing pretty well. Nice of them to open this part up. Another message. The Talos Principle 1961. Mitku. Digging through the archive, I was surprised to discover there was a movie based on the Talos Principle, an international co-production written by Robert Harrison Blake, a pseudonym for an unnamed screenwriter, and directed by a young Sergio Leone. It stars Peter Ustinov as Stratton of Stageria, and Zero Mostos as comedic sidekick, Nicomakis, and Angela Aranda as Jonas Amintus. It's not a realistic biography of Stratton, but a kind of sword and sandal fantasy epic that culminates in Stratton building a replica of the mythological robot Talos to defeat the war-crazed Spartans. That part is fun and surprisingly well done for its tiny budget, but the movie also contains a number of fascinating dialogue scenes inspired by Stratton's work. Ustinov as Stratton has a line I really liked. There are always hard times in human history. Amintas, do you think we ever first to be besieged by enemies, or to doubt the wisdom of our allies? But while yesterday is set in stone, a better tomorrow is always within our grasp. That's fascinating. Thank you for sharing. How weird that this film is not better known. So what Trevor said in that audio file 1K found. Great art isn't always appreciated in its own time. It's not like people particularly love Stratton himself, but we can appreciate it now. Does this actually exist? Talos Principle maybe? Field notes on biosphere. This environment has been modified to allow life to spread, and most of the life forms can be found in other parts of the island as well, but some appear to be endemic to this region. It's possible that they were genetically modified to be able to survive here. There are some particularly gorgeous dragonflies that I cannot help but think were deliberately designed to be beautiful. But maybe I'm making the same mistake our ancestors made, seeing intent where there is none. Possibly. Actually, no, I think it's unlikely. If Miranda's said from the audio log that she's only literally just made a simple cell organism, I don't think she's gone advanced enough to be able to create dragonflies which can preserve in extreme conditions, but what do I know? Anyway, audio log. This one must have like oh, it doesn't have a file thing in it, because I was like, it's so deliberately placed. From JJ Nakalembe Akaba to Antarctica, moments of transition and revelation. My great-grandmother lived to be 108 years old, retaining her sharpness of mind to her last day. A couple of months before she died, I interviewed her for my podcast. At the end, I asked her the same question I ask every guest. What is something you wish everyone understood? She thought about it for a while, and then she said how it was before. She tried to explain how much time she spent every single day on utterly mind-numbing activities, like hauling water from the well, how radically everything changed when the area was finally connected to the electrical grid. Before, there was no time to live, she said. No time to be free. Only work, work, work. I countered by saying that there didn't seem to be much time to live now either, but she laughed derisively. I had no idea what work really meant, she said. Young people were weak and feckless, and that's why we let corporations exploit us. Slightly unnerved by her harshness, I asked her if she missed anything about that time. Old photos, our village seemed idyllic to me, but my grandmother quashed any romantic notions I might have had. The past is bad, she said with some finality. Let it be. So many thousands of generations of suffering. Even a single life full of tragedy seems outrageous and unacceptable to me. That's why we have to make it have meaning. Interesting. Very much in the support, I suppose, of change, I suppose, of not stagnation, right? From a book of annotated internet comments by Eustathius. I just think people are dumb, like relentlessly beep stupid, absolute beep morons. Human history is a beep clown show from beginning to end. Average person, just a slobbering buffoon, bumbling through life like a drunk gorilla in a beep china shop, breaking stuff left and right, throwing beep at walls and never understanding a single beep thing that happens. I mean, just look up, it's beep software putting asterisks where swear words would be. People are afraid of beep words like with magic powers. But for real world beep, that is beep their lives, that's fine. Because they're too beep dumb to do something about it. Return to monkey? Brother, we never beep left. A curious inversion. Return to the mythical state of monkey is usually portrayed as a material return to the earlier stages of development, but here the author instead portrays it as a mental state that has never been surmounted. I would like to meet Uncle Eustathius one day. He sounds like someone who is always curious about everything. Return to monkey. From Hypatia's Journal, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem, and Day 41, the first new human arrived today, calls himself Arkady after Chernyshevsky. Spirits are still dampened by the loss of Yemo, but everyone is making an effort. We've met Arkady, right? I feel a little sorry for him. He's still so curious, jumping at shadows and staring up at the sky at night, just like I used to do. And here we are, a bunch of grouchy old humans that have seen it all and are weary and tired and sad. I wonder what he makes of it all. But be that as it may, we're making good progress on a new living area, although Arkady will have to use Yemo's old quarters for the next few weeks. Yeah, we've met Arkady, right? Or have we just seen the name about the place? I can't really remember. But we've got a bit of time. So let's try and finish off World 6, I suppose, Level 6 while we're at it. This is very scary. Other side. Okay, what's this side? Okay, well, we're going to put you here for now, just so I can explore what is on the other side. Take me to the other side. Fascinating. Using 2 things alone. And only 2 things. I can't see any other objects. We need to get them both through to the other side, essentially. Alright. I mean, it seems reasonable to start you off here. I guess what we'll be doing is we'll be trying to pull the driller through the place. This seems a lot easier than I anticipated it being, to be honest. How do we get through? It pulls us as well, as it turns out. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm curious now. Does it go through blue? Does not go through blue things. Interesting. That seemed like a really, really easy level. There's like literally only one thing to do, which is why I'm very curious about it, because I feel like this must be a level which we can break things on. We can like sneak something out somehow. Interestingly, we've still not yet found an RGB inverter thing, a converter, which is kind of key to our whole Pandora plan, which we're not going to be able to fulfill in this episode, but at least we know part of what we have to do. We also haven't seen the Sphinx statue. Anyway, on that note, I think I'll round this episode off here, because I don't know what else to do. I don't think we'll be able to solve the next one in 2 minutes, but I think this was lucky that this was such an easy one. So if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Talos Principle 2. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.